Good day, everyone. Before I start my discussion, allow me to introduce myself first. I am Johanny Vivian Rimo, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Science, third year. This morning, I'll be talking about trends and issues in teaching learners with difficulty walking and moving. This discussion will emphasize teachers' beliefs, attitudes, and inclusive practices. Importance of teachers' beliefs. Shape teaching methods and responses to learners with physical disabilities. Require shifts to align with inclusive education goals. So why are teachers' beliefs important? Teachers' beliefs directly influence how they teach and respond to learners with physical disabilities. These beliefs need to align with the goals of inclusive education. For example, if a teacher believes that all students are more likely to uh, capable of learning together, so they are more likely to implement strategies that encourage inclusion. Now, what shapes these beliefs? So there are many factors that could shape teachers' beliefs and attitudes. These include their personal experiences. So a teacher's past interactions with people with disabilities may affect how they approach inclusion. The next one is school environment. So whether the schools promotes inclusion or not can also influence teachers' practices. The last one is culture and societal norms. So this is how society perceives disability, which can impact the school environment and teacher attitudes. So there are a various of ways children with physical disabilities can be integrated. The first one is vocational integration. This is when learners with disabilities are placed in the same school but are kept separate from others. The next one is social integration. Here, learners mix with others socially, such as during meals or during school events. The last one is academic integration. So, in this approach, learners with disabilities attend the same classes as their peers and are taught together. Principles of Inclusion by Fox 2015. The first one, all children attend their local schools. So this principle emphasizes that children, regardless of their abilities or disabilities, should have the opportunity to be part of the community school they belong to geographically. So this fosters a sense of belonging and inclusion. The next one is natural proportions of children with disabilities at schools. So, schools should have uh, mirror the demographic. No, correct. The next one is natural proportions of children with disabilities at schools. So, schools should mirror the demographic composition of their community, ensuring that students with disabilities are not segregated or concentrated in certain schools. The next one is no exclusion based on disability. So every child, regardless of their disability, has the right to education in an inclusive environment. So inclusion or denial of enrollment due to a disability is discriminatory. The fourth one is age-appropriate placement. So children should be grouped with peers of the same age to promote social interaction and equal opportunities regardless of developmental delays or learning difficulties. The fifth one is use of cooperative and peer teaching methods. So teachers should encourage collaboration among students with peers supporting each other's learning. So this promotes mutual respect, understanding, and teamwork. The next one, provision of special education support within inclusive settings. So instead of segregating students with disabilities, special education services should be integrated into regular classrooms, allowing all students to learn together. Teachers are central to the success of inclusive education. A study by Gerlander, Denermark, and Hill 2010 provides some key insights. The first one, general attitudes of PE teachers toward inclusion are positive. Teachers with direct experience teaching learners with disabilities show slightly less positive attitudes. The last one, demographics like age, gender, years of service, and job satisfaction do not significantly affect attitudes. So let's now look at the major challenges in implementing inclusive education. So insufficient training for teachers in handling learners with physical disabilities. Another one, lack of resources and infrastructure for inclusive practices. The next one is resistance to change from traditional teaching methods. All of these challenges remind us that inclusive education requires effort, collaboration, and resources.
Good morning, everyone. I am Lenefisi West from BPE 3. So today, we will discuss about the parents' experience of enabling participation of their children with physical disability. So now let us define what is the meaning of this. Indeed, the goal of inclusive education is to enable the participation of learners with disabilities, gift, and talents, not only in school, but in the wider context of home and community. And parents play a very important role in it too. A study by Pescor and colleagues 2016 looked at the role of parents in terms of their participation in various contexts including school, home, and community. So now, let's give the example of the experience of the parents. So, parents of children with physical disabilities experience a range of emotions, challenges, and concerns when they are enable their children to participate in any activities. So, many parents experience such as challenges. So challenges parents may experience due to constraints in the physical and social environment, such as lack of leisure activities for their child or attitudes of the others. So also the other experience of parents is emotions, because parents may experience feelings of disappointments, sadness, hopelessness, or blame. The other example of parents' experience is their concern, because parents may have concern about the system, law, regulation, and the physical and social environment. So, with this, the parents' experience, they have a lot of strategies too. So, parents use a variety of strategies to support their child's participation, such as choosing meaningful activities, advocating for their child, and educating the social environment. And also, parents experience their needs, such as parents have a variety of needs and most often experience need related to environmental aspect. So, as what PESPOR said way back 2016, this involves their thoughts, feelings, and concerns, reflecting on their actions, challenges, and needs in enabling their child's participation in this context. So, findings of in-depth interviews revealed that among the parents' major concerns are those related to system and regulations, experience, and thoughts about the physical and social environment. So, most of the times, parents are disappointed from being misunderstood, from dealing with complexity of systems, from hindrance of participation of their children to the social and physical environment, and from the lack of leisure activities of their children. So, the result of parents' experience of enabling participation of children in physical disabilities, they may imply that inclusive education goes beyond the school that parent must be encouraged to increase their involvement when it comes to inclusive education of their children with disabilities.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, class. I am Matasala Amriturco from BPE 3rd year, and I was assigned to the topic promoting the positive social interaction between children with and without physical disabilities in school. Although inclusive education intends to integrate and promote social interactions between children with and without disabilities, children with disabilities may still feel socially isolated. In order to address that, Tavares 2011 designed a program called Kids Are Kids program. It intends to develop positive impact on attitudes of children toward learners with physical disabilities and thus promote social inclusion. Now let's proceed to the program. Kids Are Kids program. The number one, we have five steps in this program. So number one is the Kids Are Kids program was developed for children from grades 1 to 8 who are experiencing difficulties in their school. So the program was designed to be flexible enough to meet the individual needs of each child. So from grades 1 to 8 siya. So kung diri po na sa Philippines, kung dili na to siya K-12, tama siya second year high school. So mo to siya. Number two, the target children are those learners with physical disability is chosen through input from parent, child, and teacher. So the presentation starts with sharing of the classmates about what they know about the learner with disability, such as what the learner is good at. So the presenters, which are the educational consultant, seek to discover commonalities between the students and peer with disability. So mo to siya So ang pinaka-target ani is the child with the physical disability, and diri ginaila-ila nila ang kung asa sila maayo. So number 3, students are shown slides with statements such as children are similar in some ways, all children want to have friends, and children with disabilities can do all sort of things. So, ginapakita dito ang inclusion. So, the slides are discussed in class while the classmates are encouraged to share their thoughts about these statements. The goal is to make the class realize that they are more similar with different from their classmates with disability. So, ginapakita diri nga there's no difference between them because children with disability can also do those things nga normally do sa mga walay disabilities. So, the number 4 is a brief video is shown highlighting children with disabilities interacting with the other children and engaging in different social and recreational activities. So diri nga video ginapakita nila nga gadula-dula sila with those children with no physical disability. So ginapakita nga normal ra jud na nga buluhaton bisag naa sila disability. So number 5 is after watching that video, specific information about the child's disability is provided and classmates are encouraged to ask questions. Other activities such as problem solving and role playing on how might they approach their classmate with disability are done. So nindot siya no kay ginapa-act jud nila, make realize nila nga unsaon nila pag interact naay mga ilang classmates sila og ana. So, the program was found to be effective in promoting positive attitude of children toward their peers with disabilities. Immediately after the program, the positive attitude of the class remained and social inclusion, as what I've said earlier, it is inclusion, increased even a month after the program. It is from Tavares 2011. So, those are the programs nga gihimo ni Tavares and it is very effective after a month. And mo to siya mga children with disability can feel that they are included with those normal students nga bisag na ko ani I can do this, I can do those. And mo to siya na ay inclusion, na ay friendship, na ay bond. Yes, and that could be all. Thank you.